Hiya Duck! Well, before we get started on this tutorial, I need to thank our community members. Thank you so much. So I'm going to tell you who were the first 20 people to subscribe to our community membership. So we've got Lynn, L-Y-N-N-E. Do you know who you are? I hope you do. We've got Beauty and Beagles, Issa Inspired, Joanne Healed, Lucia Farine Chester. This is where you find out how really terrible I am at reading names. Sarah Marie, Jess Marvel, Claire Porter. Then we've got Kim Spicer. Oh, don't know about Spicy. Tammy Grant, Misty Dawn H, Denise Miller, Crystal Lishee. Oh my god.
I'm enjoying this so much.
Oh, bet you are! Mary Twitch Hal. Dion Brown, Kirsty V Bosch. Lena B.
Don't worry, all of these people's names are going to be at the end of the video as well, so you can actually see it if it's being pronounced wrong.
Yeah, so apologies if I do pronounce them wrong. Teeny Brown 1, Joanne Marshall. Joanna Marshall, sorry, Joanna Marshall. Amanda Foxall, Stacey Squires. Stacey Squires. Clause by Cadence, K-A-D-E-N-C-E.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't see it.
Amber, Pascal, Mark,
I think you should give up there for that video.
Mark McMillan. Mark McMillan, why did I find that really hard to read? It's the pressure, Duck. I can't take the pressure. Are we done? How many have we done?
That was 25.
Sorry, that's the first 25. Thank you so much for subscribing to our community members zone. You are officially a member and you are in the cool gang. Hiya Duck! Oh, and it's come to work with me again. Now, this client used to be a client of mine years ago, and she's returned because clearly she wants bad bitch nails. So we're going to sculpt out a ballerina-shaped nail. Going to do some smile lines, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There's going to be a lot of different things going on in this video. So I'm using the colour strip tease for this from the Kirsty Meakin range, and I've applied that in 2 beads. So I've done the smile line first, and then I have picked up a bead and done the cuticle area, and then I just make sure it's nice and crisp using the brush to just make it nice and crisp. We're going to do a few smile lines, so you'll see here I'm using the Oscar the Wilde brush, and I'm going to place that bead to create that reverse smile line. Yeah, so Adam, remember where we used to film?
Yeah.
This client was a client of mine when I worked there and did nails.
Alright.
Her name's Maggie. I love her to bits. She used to do, what's it called? It's like racing car stuff, but banger racing. Banger racing. She used to do banger racing, but I'll tell you what.
When you crash into each other, what's it called?
It's banger racing. Yeah.
Sort of like. I was thinking the Dodgems there, I think.
No, she did banger racing, and she was dead good at it, and she won loads of like trophies and stuff. But yeah, she doesn't like driving on the motorway.
You are going faster on the motorway, I think.
Yeah, there is that.
Makes sense that she's got short nails if she's a racing driver.
Yeah, but now she doesn't do it now, because I was like, I want to come banger racing. I want to go. I felt like I need to have a go banger racing. So if anybody out there wants to let me drive their banger car and go banger racing.
There used to be a stadium in Hartlepool. It's a Morrison's now.
Yeah.
But like, it was right next door to the football stadium, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was called. The kind of race. It wasn't bangers. We didn't call it bangers. It was called something else.
Yeah, banger racing. Tell you what. So with this one, I cannot for the life of me remember what I'm using, but I'm sure it'll be somewhere in the description box. But it's a gorgeous turquoise with shimmer, because what I do when I get a client in, I sit down and talk to them about the shape they want, the length they want, what kind of colours they want, what kind of design. To be fair, Maggie's pretty like free reign, but even when somebody comes to you and they're like, oh, I don't mind, you do whatever you want, I always think, but do you really want me to do whatever I want?
Imagine you're in a really bad mood.
Yeah.
And you just make like poo emojis all over.
That's what I mean. So it's like I still go through and I write everything down. I've got this from Selena Ryden, which is my nail design. So I go through this book and you'll see, like, you know, we've got different colours here and stuff like that. Anyway, and I write down the name, the date they were in, draw the shape, go through the design, what products I'm using, and I write it all down so they know what I'm doing. I also know what I'm doing because I kind of have to organise the brain. And yeah, and then at least they know what they're having, and it's not like, oh, actually, I don't really like this, Kirsty, because just because I like something doesn't mean that somebody else is going to like something. So that's what I do with every client. I take my time with them. You know, I spend a lot of hours with my clients. It's not an in-out jobby, really. So I love using these like unicorny kind of flake things. I don't know what they are. They're from the Sente. But I love them because they have a slight bend on them. So when the light goes through the product, it like creates depth and obviously a bit of sparkle, which we need. So I really fancied using a bit of that on there as well. Still keeping a nice smile line though. So we're encapsulating that glitter to protect and make sure it's nice structure too. So we've got strength and we protected the glitter, because you can't just stick it on and expect it to last, you know. We've got to file this bad boy. But yeah, we make sure it's nice and crisp. And you'll notice I used a little bit of the actual furrow of the brush. If you don't know what a furrow is, it's the metal part of the brush.
Oh, you misspoke there.
Did you? Yeah, it's the metal part of the brush. So when you need more firmness, right, you can press with the furrow of the brush.
I thought I knew everything.
No, you don't. You know a lot of stuff though. Adam, you know loads of like random stuff that people just don't even need to know.
Yeah, definitely. That's 100%.
And then with this pink, I make sure I apply it really, really thin. You're kind of like painting it on. And then I'm going to use strip tease and put that over and create a bit of an ombre with that colour. And I like to use like a core powder towards the cuticle. So when it grows out, it's actually, you know, easier to fill. Because there's nothing worse than if you've done a full colour acrylic nail on a client and it's growing out and then they come back and have it filled. It's harder to fill with a colour than it is with a core powder. So I always tend to do a bit of a core powder with the cuticle area. It just makes my life a little bit easier. And we're obviously going to add a bunch of glitter over the top of this and cap with glass slipper from the Kirsty Meakin acrylic range, which I can't believe I'm actually saying. I can't believe we have our acrylic range actually out. It's been 2 years in the making. But it's all there ready for everybody to use. When I use the clear, which is glass slipper, I like to use it a little bit wetter. That actually reduces the bubbles. Now when we use the white, I tend to use it a little bit drier because it's so pigmented and you might think it's dry, but let me tell you, it still moves. It will still move even though it appears to be dry. Do not let white lightning deceive you. It's amazing. It's a good job I got gloves on as well, because, you know, we don't want to be getting that acrylic all over his fingers, because if I didn't have it on, I'd have it all over my fingers stuck. So we're putting white right up to that smile line. This is going to really enhance the smile line. You've got nice contrast. You can also do this with gel polish, but we wanted to use like all acrylic, and I want to create a bit of an ombre as well. So we're going to use the acrylic. It's a lot easier. And then a bunch of glitter. Obviously, we need all the glitter. And you'll notice when I'm putting that glitter on, I have a bead of clear acrylic on my brush. So you can pick up a bead of clear acrylic, press it into your loose glitter, and then apply it. Basically, that clear acrylic is your adhesive. And then we're going to cap and make sure it's all nice and safe, encapsulated, and we have structure and strength. Notice the angle of the brush. As the product starts to set, I use a flatter angle when I am sculpting the product. Then I'm going to use the pink. So this pink's got like a bit of a shimmer in it as well, and we're going to put that directly up to the smile line. And again, this is going to give you contrast. So, you know, when you're doing a smile line, whether you're using white or whatever colour, you want it to have a nice contrast. So it just makes it pop. Now, if you can't get your smile line nice and crisp, you can always go and use a file around the smile line. And then we're adding a bunch of glitter because, yeah, they're all having glitter. I clearly like this glitter quite a lot. And then we're going to cap. But when you put that colour, you want to put it right up to that wall of acrylic. So it's quite high at the smile line area. And then feather that out. And then when we come to file it, you'll have like barely any clear acrylic at the smile line, but then you've still got the clear acrylic at the distal length of the nail, which is going to give you a lot of structure.
Stock cars.
Stock cars.
Stock cars, that's what
I've never heard of stock cars. Stock car racing. It's like banger racing then.
Yeah, it is exactly.
They have no windows.
No windows.
Yeah.
And it has like a sort of a
cage.
Yeah,
exactly. Got a cage. Yeah. It was a Honda Civic engine that she had in it. And she used to thrash everybody. And she was saying it was like, with that engine, it took long, you know, like you couldn't really slow down a lot. Once it was going and you've got to keep it going. So she'd just go out the leather all the way around. Yeah. Gone. Yeah. And she used to drift and everything, yeah. She's pretty cool client.
I wonder why, I've heard it called bangers before, but I'm sure it was hardcore stock. I'm going to have to Google now.
Yeah, and I think it's like Buxton way that they used to go. This banger car racing malarkey. I do need to go. She said, go and watch it. Because I said to my brother, I really want to do banger car racing, yeah? So can't you be my mechanic? And he was like, absolutely not. And I was like, why? And he was like, I haven't got time. And I was like, yeah, but you know what you're doing, and I'll just race the car.
That was it there. So that's where it used to be. Now it's a Morrison's.
Oh, now it's a Morrison's.
Yeah, I remember going when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So was it dead cool when you went watch?
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing.
Because I love cars, and I just think I'd love to do that. Oh my God, yeah. That is an old picture. Wow. I don't know if anybody else does banger car racing. Oh my God, that car is smashed a bit. So Adam's just showing me a photo of a car that's completely like a bit trashed. But they do tend to be like, they're not like, you know, I couldn't do banger car racing in my Mustang, could I, Doc?
No.
No. But yeah, they had no windows and all that, and I think it just looks really cool. But she did say, you do realise it's very dangerous. And I was like, maybe that's why I like the thought of doing it, because it's so dangerous. However, you know, there are some things that are dangerous in this world that you don't really do. Like, I wouldn't do a bungee jump. I've seen too much stuff on TikTok where it snaps and they end up in the water and they've like broke the leg.
Crocodile.
Yeah, oh, crocodiles, all that stuff.
That
No.
happened to a girl where she fell in the crocodiles.
Really?
Yeah, she survived. I'll find the video.
Oh my god, this is what I mean. I'm like, no. So, you know, I do like things that are a bit risque, but you know, there has to be some health and safety in there. You wouldn't catch me going in a submarine to the Titanic, let me just tell you that. Doesn't matter how much you pay me, I wouldn't be doing that. I don't think I'd go to the moon either. You know, they do these things where they do these things, what do I mean? These millionaires, billionaires have an opportunity to fly to space. Yeah, it's a no. It's a firm no from me, because I wouldn't do it, because it's too much risk of life.
So Erin Langworthy, 22-year-old, said it was a miracle she survived a 111-metre jump over the Zambezi River. The cord snapped, plummeting her into crocodile-infested waters. Submerged in the raging rapids, Langworthy had to struggle to keep her head above water, and the accident was caught on video.
I know, so it was a fast-moving river then?
Yeah, so
wow.
probably what's it from the
Yeah, it's moved her away from the Crocs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only Crocs I like are the ones on my feet.
Yeah, good job she was fast food at that point. too fast food.
Too fast food, they couldn't quite get it. Oh my god. So there we are. This nail set is done. This design is done. Gorgeous bit of bling. See, there's so many things going on, but I love the colours together. And yeah, I will see my client again, Maggie. I will see her in another 3 weeks, and we'll show you what she had the next time. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Everything of you know listed below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you later, Duck. Ta-ra, Duck.